Woke up in the same box, slept on the same bed. Watch another day pass, faded trying to make bread. Better yet, make sense of all that I face since. Friends that I lost, the one that I'm gaining. Girl, that is my world, the world will keep changing. Spinning in the swirl, whirling through the mayhem. Itching to unfurl, turning as the page ends. Stories out my mind, stories that'll raise me. Back into the sky, that is where you came from. Trapped in this high, trying to be the same son. Bag it up and ride till the day comes. The sun will hit my eyes, sign I've awakened. I've come so close, still so far. Searching for oasis in this desert of my heart. Tattoo on my face is down the length of my arm. Taking all my garbage, I'ma turn it back to art. I've risen out the pine, I'm back from the grave. Every disc in my spine, the bones in my frame. Stones in my heart, the belly of my pain. Left it all behind, yeah, the soul just remains. Risen out the pine, I'm back from the grave. Every disc in my spine, the bones in my frame. Woke up in the same box, slept on the same bed. Watch another day pass, faded trying to make bread. Better yet, make sense of all that I face since. Friends that I lost, the one that I'm gaining. Girl, that is my world, the world will keep changing. Spinning in the swirl, whirling through the mayhem. Itching to unfurl, turning as the page ends. Stories out my mind, stories that'll raise me. Back into the sky, that is where you came from. Trapped in this high, trying to be the same son. Bag it up and ride till the day comes. The sun will hit my eyes, sign I've awakened. I've come so close, still so far. Searching for oasis in this desert of my heart. Tattoo on my face is down the length of my arm. Taking all my garbage, I'ma turn it back to art. I've risen out the pine, I'm back from the grave. Every disc in my spine, the bones in my frame. Stones in my heart, the belly of my pain. Left it all behind, yeah, the soul just remains. Risen out the pine, I'm back from the grave. Every disc in my spine, the bones in my frame. Woke up in the same box, slept on the same bed. Watch another day pass, faded trying to make bread. Better yet, make sense of all that I face since. Friends that I lost, the one that I'm gaining. Girl, that is my world, the world will keep changing. Spinning in the swirl, whirling through the mayhem. Itching to unfurl, turning as the page ends. Stories out my mind, stories that'll raise me. Back into the sky, that is where you came from. Trapped in this high, trying to be the same son. Bag it up and ride till the day comes. The sun will hit my eyes, sign I've awakened. I've come so close, still so far. Searching for oasis in this desert of my heart. Tattoo on my face is down the length of my arm. Taking all my garbage, I'ma turn it back to art. I've risen out the pine, I'm back from the grave. Every disc in my spine, the bones in my frame. Stones in my heart, the belly of my pain. Left it all behind, yeah, the soul just remains. Risen out the pine, I'm back from the grave. Every disc in my spine, the bones in my frame. Stones in my heart, the belly of my pain. Left it all behind, yeah, the soul just remains.
The grizzly is back, the California bear of rap. Been asleep in the den, now my eyes are cracked. Belly full of hunger with a diamond back. And hear the crack of the thunder under my attack. Man in nature, trying to come up on some land and paper. Say the end is near, I still want some anchors. Make the best of the time that we left to stay here. Hear the bastard that turned prince. Heading to the castle, they kneeled at my service. Told them rise up, follow on your purpose. Once stood still, I bought tickets to the circus. Better smile for you die, dummy. Mean mugging don't mean nothing. Live lovely, make money, build something. And catch the snakes in my garden for they take from it.
Behind the black gray clouds, the sun shines gold. You wouldn't know when the day is a color of cold, but it always shines, brother. Always know that I always rhyme when I write my poems to remind myself of the tide that binds us all. Look into the eyes of my love and fall. Stop talking, but I hate the way y'all paint and draw. Still a big question mark with a name to call. So I stay on a search while the earth revolves to find a purpose for the journey, make it worth it all. More than lucky, wasn't born to money, but I've been rich since the day that my blood started pumping. More than nothing, I got a heart still bleeding. Searching, walking through the streeting, looking for it all with my blood still leaking on the page as I'm telling you the story of my days. Hey, let's just ride. I ain't gonna rest until I get mine. Best, just ride. I ain't gon' rest until I get mine. Let's just ride. I ain't gon' rest until I get mine. That's the best, just ride. I ain't gon' rest until I get mine.
Burn down a forest, built up a city, born out of belly, thirst by a titty. Read 1,000 books and I still feel silly. War outside and I'm at home chilling. Burn down a forest, built up a city, born out of belly, thirst by a titty. Read 1,000 books and I still feel silly. No better than to call this living. Keep on chasing, I gotta get it. Keep on chasing, I gotta get it.
There I stood barefoot on the cross of the church. Cold gusts of whiz blow through the holes in my shirt. The city around, surrounded by one big wall, except the point where the hill tried to build, but it was just too tall. On the top of the hill, well, there grew one tree, and the cross of the church was as high as the peaks. My limbs shiver as I'm trying to breathe, and I look to the tree. All I see are the eyes of a beast, and no wings for me to hide and be weak. And I know that he's trying to eat, but I can't go to sleep. I see where I'll stand now. A blend floats by that reads, "Oh, demons will dance now." The beast got wings though, it flies across the sky like the devil's own angel. Then he landed from the air, standing here right in front of me. Blood, sweat, and tears drip from his wings ugly. Couldn't believe it for the life of me. A face of broken mirrors that showed all different sides of me. Silently, my heart left quietly. I woke up with a resurrected piece of wood. Out the back alley brick grew a cypress tree. The snake eyes came alive in the dicey squeeze. Dropped him down to the floor, turned to mice and screamed. He tried to stomp him to death, but it just wouldn't bleed. He heard a gun cock left, turned to look what he see. Cowboy shot an Indian in his face, but it stayed in one piece. The cowboy dropped down to his knees. The Indian scalped his body and turned into a beast. The forest grows and it swallows the streets. We're back to hunting and the gathering of all that we eat. The sun's a distant memory, we live in darkness and sleep. And I'm walking through the garden with Eve. But when I fall, it is all just a dream. I am crawling up the walls where I clean.
Environment and the world. They speak to the folk, but the first impulse comes from above. The shaman's powers are symbolized in familiars. They come out of an elite experience of people particularly gifted. The shaman, in his late childhood, had an overwhelming psychological experience that turns them totally inward. Unconscious has opened up and they've fallen in.
Feathers in my head, press head to the sky above. Eagles in my eyes now, piece of a white dove. Talons of a falcon, make 100 albums. Tell them keep counting, included in the fountain. Roll feathers in my head, press head to the sky above. Eagles in my eyes now, piece of a white dove. Talons of a falcon, make 100 albums. Tell them keep counting, included in the fountain. Roll feathers in my head, press head to the sky above. Eagles in my eyes now, piece of a white dove. Talons of a falcon, make 100 albums. Tell them keep counting, included in the fountain. Fear in the water, the fear of the slaughter, the hate for the killer. The killer just prosper, the world of the sin and the spinning don't stop it. Call for the wind, we were gone when it got me.
Maybe we should, what should we do? People never lost so much time as when he submitted to learn from the crew.
Day is long, but the night is sweet. Find myself all alone in the zone while I ride to beats and let the black ink bleed against the whitest sheets and let the story be told through the eyes of me. Too tired to sleep, I set fire to the liar in me. Crow on a wire, couldn't find him a tree. All he found was a pile of weed. Just smiled and decided to eat. Now I always keep a pile with me. Still a child in the wild with beasts who made a style from denial of grief and freestyles through the miles of me. Spin a spiral that be doubtlessly to keep stuffing in the mouth of greed. We cook hope like it's alchemy. Remaining strong to the day that the faith is gone. That's a day I won't face it all. I may be wrong, but today I'm just pacing on. Gonna make me a name in a song. Son of God, but the devil's just the same and all. Except the difference in the ways we fall. Read the book and then I made the call. I ain't really have to think at all. Thoughts sank and I blazed it off. Now I wade across the river knee high, ready to fall. But my brother's there to push me along. I had a dream, I never met him at all. Woke up staring at the mirror on the wall. So clear what I saw, he was a mirror, it was me all along. I shed a tear for the fear that was gone and said I'm here, now you hearing the song.
Virtue. Start to digging in the world too. Here's the proof of the soothsayer. Turns juice to wine and writes rhymes like a blues player. I could've cried, but I'll die later. So I saved that for the lying haters and keep on winding through this line paper. It's time that we shine greater. Watch the blind see their eyes blazing while I fly through the sky chasing my high with my mind.